Welcome back to my channel, guys. Hope you're all doing well. I look really formal today because I just got home and I was like, I need to do this video today because it's been on my heart for a while. You can probably guess from my introduction, I'm going to be talking about toxic relationships. Yo, toxic relationships. I think I see this topic a lot, but no one ever discusses why people stay in toxic relationships. I think people discuss like, you should leave, you should leave, you should leave, which you should. If you're in an abusive toxic relationship, please sis, please bro, get out because it can only get worse. Today I'm gonna be focusing more on like romantic toxic relationships because there's different types of toxic relationships, but I feel like you can pick some of the things I'm saying and apply it to different kinds of different kinds of toxic relationships, like family. That's just a deep-rooted one. Like, we don't even want to go there. Go from family toxicity, I can't say that word for the life of me, and that can seep into you being like a really toxic lover. So I feel like that whole family side of it, that's just a whole pot we're not ready to open yet. And you can also have toxic friendships. Okay, but today I'm going to be focusing mostly on romantic toxic relationships, which is kind of like an ironic thing, a romantic and toxic. How does it happen? How so? Right, before I even start delving into toxic relationships, I'm gonna need you to do something. I'm gonna need you to subscribe. And also, if you know you're enjoying this conversation, or it's not really a conversation, but this discussion, let me know. Comment down below and let me know. I appreciate all the likes I get. I appreciate all the DMs I get and all the people like telling me behind the scenes. But let me know, like, actually comment down below and just let me know your thoughts. Let me know your own opinions. What I really want more than anything is engagement. Just engage with me. Talk to me. But yeah, thank you to everyone who always supports my videos. The likes, comment, lets me know to my face, or just, I really appreciate it. But I just want more engagement on the actual channel as a whole. So to begin with, I think the reason why people find themselves or people stay in toxic relationships is because from a young age, mostly women, they're told that you are going to eventually, one day you're going to meet this guy or you're going to meet this woman, whatever. You're going to meet this person who fulfills everything the fairy tales told you. They're going to make you feel special. They're going to make you feel amazing. And they're just going to give you some kind of fulfillment. And what happens is we now think the first person who gives us attention, the first person who gives us a glimmer of what we've been told in fairy tales or what our family members have told us, like you're eventually going to marry one day. You don't know who you're going to marry. So you're just like, when one person comes in, you're like, wow, okay, this is the person, this is the person. And what happens is we try to hold on to that person and the potential of them so much. I've had that hope. We're carrying that hope through the toxic relationship. So every time they do something that's kind of abusive, that's kind of like manipulative, you kind of hold on to that hope that, okay, this is the person I've been waiting for, like that they've told me about. Let me just hold on to them. So like, I'm not going to let go. Because another reason why I think people stay in toxic relationships is because we are scared of the unknown. We're scared of what happens if I leave this situation that I'm currently adjusted to, that I'm currently used to. What will happen if I now go and meet someone else and either, it could be they treat me worse, because that could be a real fear. That's something that a lot of people like don't want to admit, that you can be scared of like going into a new relationship and they treat you way worse. Or you could be like, what if this person is it? What if this person, I just need to work harder? This is the thing, we always have this mentality of, I need to just work harder with this person, like, and it will somehow get better. Most of the time it doesn't. It just ends up getting worse, and it's just a cycle that you find yourself in. And I think from my experience and from what I've learned over time in life, fear of the unknown is what's going to stop you from prospering. So how can you know that this is the only person when you haven't even try to find someone else who could treat you better? My friend, she came out of a really like toxic relationship, and there were times that I would fear for her life, honestly and truly. Like, there were times where I was like, girl, sis, I love you and I don't want this person to be the end of your life because you're such a beautiful soul. And anyway, so eventually she got out, and it wasn't like I sat down with her and I said, you need to leave. It was more like, as time went on, she kind of realized it wasn't for her. She got out, and now she is in a very happy and joyous relationship. And I think that fear of the unknown didn't hold her back, and that fear of, and that kind of realization that I deserve so much better. And even if it takes a while for a new person to come along, it's just the fact that you know that there is better out there for you. there is so much better. And then when you do eventually end up in a new relationship or you're dating someone new and you're like, okay, this is way better than what I was in. This is way better than the BS I was going through. Another thing I wanted to kind of talk about is time. I think another reason why people stay in toxic relationships is time. People are scared that, oh my God, I've spent 1 year, I've spent 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years with this person. And one thing that I got from my conversation with my friend Ashley, she's one of my closest friends, was that, so I said to her, we were talking, and I said to her, you know, it always buggers me, like, girls would be like, I've been with this guy for so long, like, I can't leave him. And she said, you know what, Canny? By the way, my friends call me Canny. I know my name's Coin Salah, that's how you say it, but my friends call me Canny, and you know my name, that's a different topic for another day. I said, you know what, Canny? The longest relationship, the longest time on this earth is your life. I said, actually, you're dropping bombs. She said, your life is the longest relationship you can ever have. So if you're holding on to a person because, oh, I've already sacrificed so amount of years on this person, I can't leave. Stop it, baby. Stop it. Because honestly and truly, this person is not for you. And you need to understand that time does not equate to value. I remember this guy I used to talk to at work. He had a gap year. And I asked him, like, what did you do with your whole gap year? Like, a year's a very long time, right? He said, nothing, I just played Call of Duty. And I was like, alright, cool. In that year, he had done nothing of significant value. Like, of value. Maybe he might become an amazing gamer in the future. I don't know. That's not my place, or I'm not God to say. But for me, I was like, you haven't done anything in this time. So time does not equate to value. If you really think that, oh yeah, I've been with this person for 5 years, think about what are you really valuing in that 5 years? Is it the jealousy and the toxicity and just the negativity that you're valuing, that you're holding on to? Because for me, I just don't agree with the whole I'm going to stay because time has given me this kind of pressure. Let go of that idea, because you can meet someone who actually will treat you better in a shorter space of time than the person you're here sacrificing years for. Especially if you're in your 20s, this is it. If you're in your 20s, I plead with you, do not think that this is where your life ends with this person, because you have so much more going for you. You have your whole life ahead of you. Even if you're in your 30s and you're in a toxic relationship, you have so much going on for you. Like, I don't think you should just tie yourself down because I've already spent X amount of time with this person. Like, what the hell? Like, time doesn't mean anything. In my opinion, it doesn't mean anything. Touch upon the whole idea of jealousy. Sometimes in our head, we think if a guy's really jealous, or if a girl's like super jealous, it's kind of cute. It's not cute. It's just, it's weird. It's a very insecure, very unattractive trait, in my opinion, because why are you being jealous for? You know you're the person I've chosen to stay with. So you telling me that you're never going to find anyone better than me, you acting crazy, is just, it's not cute. So I think a lot of the time people stay in toxic relationships because they think that no one's gonna be as possessive of them. And with possession, people kind of think possession means that they value you. No, not really, because we all possess things that we don't look after properly every day. Like, another reason why I think people stay in toxic relationships is because it's not, I wouldn't say you don't love yourself, because I think the idea of self-love has been equated, or has been, oh, I just saw, something just ran through my garden. What the hell was that? People have kind of reduced what the idea of self-love is. Self-love is not just like wearing makeup, taking selfies every day. Yes, it makes you feel good, but self-love also is a thing where you're able to set boundaries, because you love yourself enough to know what you can tolerate and what you can't. And even if you love yourself a lot of women who were very bold and confident before they went into a relationship can enter that relationship. The relationship is toxic and it breaks them down. So a lack of self-love is not necessarily a way of saying that that's why someone doesn't appreciate themselves. So that's why someone's staying in a toxic relationship. But I think it's a lack of understanding of what self-love can do for you. If you kind of see value in yourself, if someone treats you like utter shit, if someone walks all over you, you kind of have that self-love to say, I can walk away from this person and survive. Person is not the beginning of my receiving of love, and they're not the end of my receiving of love. Love is abundant and is always around me. And if you have that kind of self-love and understanding of what self-love can do for you, it's easier to walk out of a toxic relationship. Self-love is different for each person, so we can't just say because you don't love yourself. We're simplifying that whole sentence, that one phrase, self-love. That's why you stay in a toxic relationship. I think it goes way, 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 way deeper than that. Another thing is, I feel like we stay in toxic relationships because of patience, and patience is an act of love. Thinking that you're performing that act of love where I'm staying in a relationship because I'm being patient. I'm being patient to see the day where he treats me better. Yes, I agree that love is kind, love is patient. I absolutely 100% agree with it. But there's the kind of love you should be receiving to be getting patience, and toxic love is not it. Relationships are not easy, and it takes two to tango. So you have to understand that there are going to be difficult times. What I'm saying is you have to have patience in those difficult times. I'm not saying now someone is now attacking you constantly, attacking your person, attacking your soul, attacking your mind, and you're being patient. That's a whole different kind of patience during difficulties in relationship. That's not even difficulties in a relationship. That's someone literally being a douche towards you. Honestly speaking, it's just something I've been thinking about, and it's just been on my heart for a very long time to just speak about why I think people stay in toxic relationships. It's not kind of a debate or kind of me telling you like you must leave, because honestly, truly, let's be real. How many times we all do things that we know we shouldn't do? We all do things that in our hearts and in our souls, there's something telling us that this is not right for me. We all actually do it. So it's not me trying to sit here and say, oh yeah, leave, because I'm sure if you're in a toxic relationship, some of the times you have a gut feeling, and other times it takes for you to leave before you realize how bad it is. Because put your hands up if you've ever had a friendship or anything and someone be rude to you, someone treat you like crap, and then it was only until you left that situation that you realized how toxic it was. Exactly. Sometimes it takes for you to leave a situation for you to get out of denial. Because once you're in a very toxic situation, you don't realize that you're actually in denial. You don't realize that a lot of the times you have to look back and be like, rah, okay, that wasn't actually that. You don't realize what's going on to you, especially if the person's really manipulative. So for me, I would advise you to leave a toxic relationship. I understand that for most people, it's a journey that only until something snaps in them, only until they realize what's going on, that it happens. If you are in a toxic relationship, seek help. I'll see you on for my next video. I'm going to be traveling soon. I don't know if I want to vlog my travel. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I'm going to document it. I don't know. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Peace and love to you. Mwah.